ladies and gentlemen. As we step into 2025, I want to remind you of a principle that will transform your life if you dare to embrace it. Focus only on yourself. Now, this is not about selfishness or neglecting your responsibility to others. It's about becoming the best version of yourself so that you can fully step into your purpose and impact the world around you. The truth is, you can't pour from an empty cup. Too often we spread ourselves thin, chasing opinions, competing with others. We're trying to meet societal expectations. But let me tell you something, comparison is the enemy of destiny. The moment you take your eyes off your own lane to watch someone else's progress, you've already delayed your own journey. In 2025, the mandate is simple: focus on the vision God has placed inside of you. Let me give you 3 pillars to guide your focus this year. Before you can truly focus on yourself, you must discover who you are. Identity is the foundation of purpose. If you don't know who you are, the world will try to define you by its own standards. But you were not created to blend in, you were created to stand out. Isaiah 43:1 says, "I have called you by name, you are mine." This means your identity is already established in heaven. Stop trying to imitate others or fit into molds that were never designed for you. Instead, spend time in reflection and prayer. Ask yourself, who did God create me to be? What unique gifts and abilities do I carry? Growth requires focus. In 2025, you must be intentional about developing yourself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Read books, take courses, and deepen your relationship with God. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow, not those who drain your energy or distract you from your purpose. Remember, potential is God's gift to you, but what you do with it is your gift back to Him. Don't settle for mediocrity. Push yourself to grow in every area of your life. Philippians 3:13-14 reminds us, forget what is behind and strain toward what is ahead. Press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called you this year. Your focus must be forward. Let go of past mistakes, disappointments, and distractions. Growth happens when you fix your eyes on the future, not the past. Your time and energy are your most valuable resources. What you give your attention to will grow. If you focus on negativity, it will consume you. If you focus on your goals, they will manifest. Stop wasting time on things that do not align with your purpose. Set boundaries. Not everyone deserves access to you in this season. Remember, your assignment is unique, and not everyone will understand it. That's okay. Your job is not to seek approval, but to fulfill your God-given purpose. Proverbs 4:25-27 says, "Let your eyes look straight ahead, fix your gaze directly before you. Give careful thought to the paths for your feet, and be steadfast in all your ways. Do not turn to the right or the left, keep your foot from evil." In 2025, fix your gaze, be laser-focused on the path that has been laid out for you. This year, make the decision to focus only on yourself, not out of selfishness, but out of a deep commitment to fulfilling the purpose for which you were created. Your success, your joy, your peace, they all start with you. When you focus on becoming who God designed you to be, you position yourself to bless others. You become a light in the darkness, a city on a hill that cannot be hidden. But it starts with focus. So in 2025, guard your time, invest in your growth, and stay rooted in your purpose. Stop watching others and comparing yourself. Focus on the vision inside of you and run your race with everything you've got. This is your year to rise. This is your year to thrive. This is your year to focus on you. To truly focus on yourself in 2025, the first and most crucial step is to know your identity. This is not just a vague or surface-level understanding of who you are, but a deep, intrinsic knowing of your purpose, your calling, and your design. Understanding your identity is the foundation upon which everything else in your life will be built. It is the anchor that will hold you steady when the winds of doubt and distraction blow. Without a clear sense of identity, you risk drifting through life, influenced by the opinions of others and distracted by the expectations of the world around you. To step into your full potential, you must first come to grips with the truth of who you are and who you are not. At the core of understanding your identity is recognizing that it was given to you before you even arrived on this earth. Your identity is not a product of your circumstances or how others perceive you. It is not determined by your failures, your background, or even your achievements. Your true identity is rooted in something far deeper. In the Bible, God tells us in Isaiah 43:1, "I have called you by name, you are mine." This is a profound declaration that speaks to the very essence of who you are. God knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. He called you into being with a specific purpose in mind, and nothing can change that. Your identity is not up for negotiation, and it is not defined by the opinions of others. In today's world, it's easy to lose sight of your true identity because of the constant pressure to conform to societal expectations. We are bombarded with messages telling us what we should look like, what we should do, and who we should be. The culture of comparison is pervasive, and it leads many people to believe that their value comes from what they have, how they look, or what others think of them. But the truth is, you are not defined by external circumstances. Your worth is not tied to your job, your bank account, or the approval of others. The world may try to label you or box you in, but God has already spoken the truth about who you are. Your identity is unshakable when you root it in the truth of God's word. Many people struggle with understanding their true identity because they are constantly looking for it outside of themselves. They seek validation through the opinions of others or measure their worth against what they see on social media. This only leads to confusion and frustration because external sources of validation are unreliable and fleeting. What happens when the applause stops, or when the likes and comments on your social media posts dwindle? What happens when the world shifts its standards and the things that once made you feel valued no longer hold the same weight? If your identity is based on these external factors, you will always be chasing after something that is never truly fulfilling. True identity comes from understanding your inherent value as a child of God. This means that you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to perform, to strive for perfection, or to live up to the ever-changing standards of the world. Your value is already established. It is not something you can earn. It is something that has already been given to you by your Creator. The moment you realize this truth, you can stop trying to fit into molds that were never designed for you. You can stop comparing yourself to others and begin to embrace the unique and special person that you were created to be. The process of understanding your identity often requires a deep period of reflection and self-awareness. It means asking yourself difficult questions like, who am I? Really not the person you are on the outside, not the person others see, but the person you are when all the masks are stripped away. Who are you when you stand before God and no one else? This question requires honesty, vulnerability, and a willingness to confront any insecurities or lies that you may have believed about yourself. But the good news is that when you confront these false narratives, you can replace them with the truth. The truth is that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are chosen, set apart, and called to a purpose that is unique to you. Understanding your identity also means accepting and embracing your strengths and weaknesses. It means recognizing that you are not perfect, but you are perfectly designed for the calling on your life. It's easy to get caught up in trying to be someone else or trying to be perfect, but this only leads to frustration and exhaustion. When you understand your true identity, you can begin to operate from a place of rest, knowing that God has already equipped you with everything you need to fulfill your purpose. Your strengths are gifts, and your weaknesses are opportunities for growth. Both are part of who you are, and both are important in shaping your journey. Your identity is also tied to your purpose. When you know who you are, you will begin to understand why you are here. Purpose and identity are inseparable. You cannot fully embrace your purpose if you don't first understand your identity. God has given each of us unique talents, passions, and desires that align with the purpose He has for our lives. When you know your identity, you will begin to see how your life experiences, your skills, and your passions are all pointing you in the direction of your God-given calling. You will no longer wander aimlessly trying to figure out what to do with your life. Instead, you will have clarity and direction, knowing that everything you need is already inside of you. One of the greatest challenges to understanding your identity is overcoming the voices of doubt and fear. These voices will tell you that you are not enough, that you can't do it, or that you don't have what it takes. But these voices are lies. They are not the truth about who you are. The truth is that you are more than capable of fulfilling the purpose God has given you. When you trust in your identity as a child of God, you can rise above these negative thoughts and walk confidently in the calling that has been placed on your life. As you move into 2025, I encourage you to make the commitment to focus on discovering and living from your true identity. This means letting go of the false identities that have been placed on you by the world, your past, or the opinions of others. It means embracing the unique and purposeful person God created you to be. This process of self-discovery may take time, but it is worth every moment. When you come to understand who you are, everything else in your life will begin to align. You will have a sense of direction, purpose, and fulfillment that can't be shaken by external circumstances. Ultimately, knowing your identity is about finding peace and rest in who you are, not in what you do or what others think of you. When you stand firm in your identity, you are no longer swayed by the winds of comparison or approval. You are free to live fully in your purpose to serve others and to make a lasting impact on the world. The first step in focusing on yourself in 2025 is to know who you truly are, and that truth will set you free. Investing in personal growth is one of the most significant decisions you can make in life, and it is foundational to achieving your true potential. Too often we hear about success and the need to strive toward it, but the truth is that success is not solely a matter of external circumstances. True success begins within. When you invest in your growth, you are investing in yourself. You are setting the stage for every other area of your life to align with the purpose for which you were created. Personal growth goes beyond the surface. It's not just about gaining more knowledge or checking off goals. It's about evolving as a whole person spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. All of these areas are interconnected, and when you neglect one, the others will also suffer. Growth isn't a one-time event, it is a continual process that requires dedication, discipline, and a willingness to change. It requires understanding that where you are today is not where you are meant to stay. The first step in focusing on your unique vision is understanding that God has designed you with a purpose that is entirely different from anyone else's. When you focus on your own vision, you are acknowledging that your destiny is not tied to the accomplishments or failures of others. It's tied to the specific gifts, talents, and calling that God has placed inside of you. Your vision may not look like anyone else's, and that's perfectly okay. It's not supposed to. Each of us has a different assignment in life, and it is when you fully embrace your own vision that you step into the fullness of your purpose. To truly focus on your vision, you must be willing to tune out the voices of comparison. Society often pressures us to measure our worth by the standards set by others. We look at social media where people seem to be living their best lives, and we begin to question our own progress. We start to compare our behind the scenes with others' highlight reels. But this is a dangerous trap. Comparison robs you of the joy that comes from walking in your own purpose. It blinds you to the beauty and significance of your own journey. The vision inside of you is not meant to look like anyone else's. You are not meant to live someone else's dream. You are meant to live your own. The greatest gift you can give to yourself and to the world is to focus on the vision that has been uniquely given to you. When you focus on your own path, you eliminate distractions and free yourself from the need for external validation. You start to walk with confidence, knowing that you are following the plan that has been written just for you. Your vision is a reflection of your potential. It is a glimpse into the person you are meant to become and the impact you are meant to have on the world. Each step you take toward that vision is a step toward the fulfillment of your true purpose. But the only way to get there is to remain focused. You cannot afford to look to the left or the right and compare your journey to that of others. You must stay the course, trusting that every step you take is leading you closer to the fulfillment of your destiny. Focusing on your vision means being intentional about where you invest your time, energy, and resources. You must be willing to let go of things and people that are not in alignment with your purpose. Sometimes this means making difficult decisions, such as walking away from situations or relationships that drain your energy or divert you from your path. It might mean saying no to opportunities that look good on the surface but would only distract you from your true calling. It requires discernment and discipline to protect your vision and stay on track. But the rewards are immeasurable. In a world that constantly tells you to look outward for answers, focusing on your vision calls you to look inward. It calls you to examine your heart, your desires, and your passions. It requires self-reflection and self-awareness. You must take the time to discover what truly matters to you, what excites you, and what gives you a sense of purpose. The more you understand yourself and your unique vision, the clearer your path will become. The journey toward fulfilling your vision will not always be easy. There will be challenges, setbacks, and obstacles along the way. But these difficulties are not signs that you are on the wrong path. They are part of the process. Every great vision requires perseverance, resilience, and faith. There will be times when you question whether you are on the right path, especially when the road gets tough. But it is in those moments that you must remember why you started in the first place. Your vision is bigger than any obstacle you may face. The challenges are not meant to stop you, they are meant to strengthen you and refine your character. When you stay focused on your vision, you develop a sense of clarity and purpose that propels you forward. You learn to trust in the timing of your journey, understanding that everything happens for a reason, and that every experience, good or bad, is shaping you for your future. The vision you have is not just about achieving a specific goal. It's about becoming the person you were meant to be. It's about developing the qualities, the mindset, and the character needed to walk into your purpose. Another critical aspect of focusing on your unique vision is learning to silence the doubts that arise within you. There will be moments when you question whether you are capable of achieving your vision. You may wonder if you are worthy, if you have what it takes, or if you are even on the right path. These doubts are natural, but they do not define you. They are just thoughts, and you have the power to choose what you believe. Trust in the vision you've been given and trust in the God who placed it in your heart. He has equipped you with everything you need to fulfill your purpose. Your vision may seem daunting at times, but with faith and determination, you will see it come to fruition. As you focus on your vision, you begin to realize that the journey is just as important as the destination. The lessons you learn along the way, the growth you experience, and the people you meet will all play a significant role in shaping the person you become. Your vision is not just about what you accomplish, but about who you become in the process. As you walk in alignment with your purpose, you develop a deeper understanding of your own strengths and weaknesses, and you learn to rely on God's guidance every step of the way. When you focus on your unique vision, you also become an example to others. People are watching your journey, and your commitment to staying focused on your own path will inspire them to do the same. By staying true to your vision, you give others permission to follow their own. Your courage and authenticity can be a beacon of hope for those who are struggling to find their own way. In this sense, your vision is not just about you, it is also about the impact you will have on the lives of others. In conclusion, focusing on your unique vision is the key to living a fulfilled and purposeful life. It requires courage to ignore the distractions and pressures of the world and stay true to the path that has been set before you. It requires discipline to guard your time and energy and invest in your growth. But when you commit to focusing on your vision, you position yourself to step into the fullness of your potential and experience the joy that comes from living a life aligned with your purpose. Trust in the vision inside of you and know that it is leading you toward the destiny that has been prepared for you. Stay focused, stay faithful, and keep moving forward. Purpose-driven success is a profound concept that transcends the superficial definitions of achievement. Many people today equate success with wealth, status, or external validation, but true success, lasting success, is found in living a life aligned with your purpose. It is an inward journey that begins with understanding who you are, what you are meant to do, and how to make a meaningful impact on the world. Purpose-driven success is not about competing with others or measuring your worth by worldly standards, but about fulfilling the unique assignment you were given in this lifetime. The world is filled with distractions, all clamoring for your attention. It's easy to get sidetracked, to compare yourself with those around you, or to chase after the fleeting promises of fame, fortune, and applause. But these external rewards are not the truest measures of success. They often leave a person feeling empty because they are disconnected from their true calling and deeper sense of purpose. True success is not about how much you accumulate or what others think of you. It is about how well you understand and live out your God-given purpose, using the talents, opportunities, and resources at your disposal to make a difference in the lives of others. Understanding your purpose is the first step toward purpose-driven success. Purpose is not something that can be found externally, it is embedded deep within you. You were created with a unique set of abilities, passions, and desires that point you in the direction of your divine assignment. This assignment is not just about achieving goals or reaching milestones, but about contributing to a greater plan. It's about becoming who you were always meant to be. When you embrace your purpose, it becomes the lens through which you view everything. Every decision, every action, every relationship, and every challenge takes on a new meaning when seen through the perspective of purpose. Purpose transforms how you approach life because it gives you a clear sense of direction. You stop drifting through life, waiting for things to happen, and start living with intentionality. You understand that every moment is an opportunity to move closer to fulfilling your calling. This is where purpose-driven success begins, in knowing that the life you live today is not by accident, but by design. In the pursuit of purpose-driven success, the journey itself becomes as important as the destination. Many people mistakenly believe that success is a single event or moment, a big achievement that will validate their worth. However, success is not a destination, but a process. It is a continuous journey of growth, learning, and refinement. Along the way, you will face challenges, setbacks, and disappointments. You may even question your path or experience doubt. But when your success is driven by purpose, these obstacles don't define you. Instead, they serve as lessons, helping you to grow stronger, more resilient, and more committed to your purpose. Purpose-driven success is about understanding that your journey is part of a greater story. Your purpose is not just about you, it's about how your unique gifts and contributions fit into the larger fabric of humanity. You were created to make a difference in the world, not just for yourself, but for others. The impact you make will be felt far beyond your immediate circle. Your life is meant to inspire, uplift, and transform the lives of those around you. This broader perspective on success shifts the focus from self-interest to service, from personal gain to collective growth. You begin to realize that your success is intertwined with the success of others. When you live with purpose, you become a beacon of hope and light to those who may be lost or searching for their own path. Living purpose-driven success also means prioritizing the things that truly matter. The world is full of distractions that can easily pull us away from what is most important. People chase after things that, in the end, do not bring fulfillment. Whether it's the pursuit of money, status, or the approval of others, these external goals often lead to frustration and dissatisfaction because they are not rooted in purpose. When your success is driven by purpose, you focus on the things that align with your deepest values and passions. You prioritize personal growth, relationships, contribution, and spiritual fulfillment. These are the things that will sustain you over the long term and bring you lasting joy. Letting go of the past also involves shifting our perspective. Instead of focusing on what we've lost or what we regret, we must choose to look at the lessons and the growth that came from those experiences. Every hardship, every disappointment, every failure carries a lesson that can help us become stronger and wiser. Our past experiences, both good and bad, have shaped us into the individuals we are today, and rather than resenting them, we can choose to be grateful for the lessons they have taught us. When we reframe our past, we shift our energy from regret to gratitude, and this shift is what empowers us to move forward with confidence and hope. To truly let go of the past, we must also learn to forgive the stories we've told ourselves. So often we tell ourselves that we are not enough, that we are not worthy of success, love, or happiness because of what we've experienced in the past. We internalize the pain and the disappointment, and we allow those stories to define us. But here's the truth: you are not your past. You are not the sum total of your mistakes or your failures. You are not the product of your circumstances. You are a creation of purpose, and your story is still being written. It's time to rewrite the narrative you've been telling yourself and create a new story that aligns with the person you are becoming. This requires courage, but it also requires compassion for yourself. You have to believe that your future can be greater than your past. And that belief starts with the way you speak to yourself. Finally, letting go of the past requires us to trust in God's plan for our lives. We may not always understand why certain things happen or why we have to go through the challenges we face, but we can trust that everything has a purpose. Romans 8:28 tells us that all things work together for the good of those who love God. Even the most painful experiences can be used for our good if we allow them to refine us. Trusting God means that we surrender our need to understand everything and accept that He has a purpose for every season of our lives. When we place our trust in His hands, we can rest assured that He is leading us toward a future filled with hope, promise, and purpose. Letting go of the past is not a one-time event, it is a process. It's a daily decision to choose peace over regret, forgiveness over bitterness, and faith over fear. It's about making the conscious choice to release the weight of the past so that we can fully step into the freedom and joy that is available to us in the present. It may not be easy, but it is necessary if we are to live a life that is aligned with our true purpose. So let go of the past, embrace the present, and trust that the best is yet to come. Your time and energy are your most valuable assets. They are irreplaceable, and once spent, they cannot be recovered. The way you choose to invest both time and energy will directly determine the quality and fulfillment of your life. In a world full of distractions, constant noise, and demands from every direction, guarding your time and energy has become not just a choice, but a necessity. It is crucial to recognize that these two resources are finite. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, and each of us has only so much energy to give. How you use these resources will either propel you forward or keep you stuck in a cycle of frustration and unfulfilled potential. The truth is, people and situations will always attempt to pull on your time and energy. There will be endless requests, distractions, and people who seek to take more than they give. The key to mastering your time and energy lies in the ability to set boundaries, make conscious choices, and stay focused on the tasks and relationships that align with your purpose and goals. It's about learning to say no when necessary and saying yes only to the things that align with your higher calling. When you choose to guard your time and energy, you are choosing to live a life of intentionality and purpose. Many people fail to understand the profound impact that unchecked distractions have on their lives. It's easy to allow social media, television, or even well-meaning friends to consume large portions of your day, but this constant stream of noise can drain your mental and emotional energy. The more time you spend engaging in activities or conversations that do not contribute to your growth, the less energy you have for the things that truly matter. You may find yourself exhausted, yet having accomplished little. The demands of life often make it difficult to discern what is worth your time and energy. But if you do not protect your time, you will find yourself living on someone else's terms rather than your own. Guarding your time and energy also means being selective about the people you allow into your inner circle. Not everyone you encounter is meant to be part of your journey, and not every relationship will contribute positively to your life. There are people who drain your energy, leaving you feeling empty and depleted. Their conversations are full of negativity, their expectations are unrealistic, and their presence leaves you with little to give to yourself or your purpose. These relationships, while they may be familiar or comfortable, can often hinder your growth. The energy they consume may be the very energy you need to dedicate to your own dreams. On the other hand, there are relationships that lift you up, challenge you, and inspire you to become better. These are the relationships that should be nurtured and prioritized. Surround yourself with people who understand your vision, who support you when you struggle, and who encourage you to keep moving forward. These relationships are energy-giving, and they provide the fuel necessary to continue working toward your goals. Not every situation demands your immediate attention. In fact, many of the things we give our time to are distractions from the things that matter most. In today's world, we are bombarded with information at all times. Our phones buzz with notifications, the television beckons with its endless supply of entertainment, and social media calls us to compare our lives to others. However, true focus and progress can only be achieved when you actively choose to disconnect from these distractions and invest your time and energy in what truly moves you forward. It takes intentionality to decide that you will no longer allow the trivial things of life to steal your time. The practice of guarding your time and energy requires self-awareness. It is essential to take stock of how you are spending your days and how you feel after each interaction or task. Do you feel energized and motivated, or do you feel drained and empty? Self-awareness allows you to identify patterns in your behavior that may be sabotaging your progress. It may be difficult at first to say no to people or activities that have become habitual, but the ability to make conscious choices about how you spend your time is essential for reclaiming control over your life. One of the most powerful tools in guarding your time and energy is learning to say no. Saying no is an act of self-respect. It is acknowledging that you are worthy of your own time, and that your energy is too valuable to be spent on things that don't align with your goals and purpose. When you say no, you are giving yourself permission to prioritize your needs, your growth, and your vision for your life. This does not mean that you reject others or their needs. It simply means that you are making a conscious decision to guard what is most precious to you. Learning to say no takes practice, but it is one of the most liberating acts you can perform for yourself. The same goes for the energy you expend in relationships. You must be willing to protect your emotional and mental well-being by establishing boundaries with those who drain you. Some relationships require a great deal of emotional labor, and while it is important to be there for others, it's equally important to ensure that you are not depleting yourself in the process. If you find that a relationship is consistently leaving you feeling exhausted or discouraged, it may be time to reassess whether it is worth the energy you are giving. It's essential to strike a balance between being supportive and protecting your own well-being. Another crucial aspect of guarding your time and energy is setting clear goals and priorities. Without clarity on what matters most, it is easy to get lost in the daily grind of life. Having a sense of direction helps you stay focused on what is important and keeps you from being sidetracked by distractions. When you know your purpose and have a clear vision of where you are going, every decision you make becomes easier. You no longer have to waste time wondering whether something is worth your energy, because you can measure it against your goals and values. Your goals will give you a roadmap, and every task you undertake can be evaluated through the lens of whether it contributes to those goals. When you commit to focusing only on what truly matters, you will find that your time and energy are more than enough to accomplish your dreams. You begin to operate with a sense of purpose, knowing that every effort you make is an investment in your future. It's also important to realize that guarding your time and energy isn't about being busy, it's about being intentional. Being busy is often a sign that we are running from one thing to the next without a clear sense of direction. Intention, on the other hand, is about being deliberate in everything you do. It's about choosing to spend your time and energy on the things that align with your values, vision, and purpose. When you live with intention, you stop reacting to life and start creating the life you want. In a world that often feels chaotic and demanding, learning to guard your time and energy is a radical act of self-care. It's a declaration that you are no longer willing to let life pass you by while you give away your most precious resources. When you begin to protect your time and energy, you begin to reclaim your life. You take control of your destiny and align your actions with your highest calling. It's not about being selfish, it's about recognizing that in order to give to others, you must first take care of yourself. You must replenish your own well-being before you can pour into those around you. Every moment you choose to protect your time and energy is a step toward creating the life you were meant to live. You become more focused, more intentional, and more capable of achieving the things that truly matter. The people, situations, and distractions that once consumed your attention will no longer have the same power over you. You will find that your time and energy are being used to build the future you desire, one of purpose, growth, and fulfillment. And as you continue to guard your time and energy, you will find yourself not just surviving, but thriving in every area of your life. In the journey of life, there comes a moment when you realize that your greatest success, fulfillment, and peace will not come from chasing the dreams, goals, and aspirations of others, but from aligning with the unique vision that has been placed within you. You were not created to live someone else's life or fulfill someone else's purpose. You were created with an individual blueprint, one that only you can follow, and it is essential to focus on that vision, ignoring the distractions of comparison and societal pressures. In a world filled with noise, distractions, and competing voices, it is easy to lose sight of your own path. Everywhere you look, there are stories of people who seem to be living perfect lives, achieving their goals effortlessly, and having everything you might desire. The temptation to compare your journey with theirs can be overwhelming. But the reality is that every person's journey is different, and trying to fit your life into someone else's mold will only lead to frustration and confusion. Spiritual growth is the most important foundation because it influences every other aspect of your life. When you cultivate a deeper relationship with God, you begin to understand your purpose more clearly. You realize that you are not here by accident, and you are not merely a product of your environment. Your existence has divine meaning. This understanding empowers you to live with intention and to make decisions based on a higher purpose. Investing in spiritual growth is about developing your connection to the Creator, engaging in prayer, reading sacred texts, and seeking wisdom through reflection. It is through this deep spiritual development that you find the courage and strength to face life's challenges with resilience and grace. You learn that your worth is not defined by your circumstances or opinions from others, but by the eternal truth of who you are in God's eyes. The pursuit of mental growth is equally important. Your mind is a powerful tool, and what you feed it will determine the outcomes in your life. If you are constantly consuming negativity, whether through media, conversations, or self-talk, your mind will reflect that. If you invest in developing a positive, productive mindset, your life will follow suit. This requires you to be intentional about the content you allow to shape your thoughts. Reading books that challenge you, listening to messages that elevate your thinking, and engaging in conversations that inspire growth are ways to feed your mind with the right nourishment. However, it's not enough to just expose yourself to knowledge, it's about applying what you learn. The real power of knowledge lies in its ability to transform you, to change the way you see yourself in the world. Growth in your mind comes when you adopt a mindset of learning, where every experience, whether positive or negative, becomes an opportunity to gain insight. When you invest in mental growth, you also begin to expand your capacity for problem solving. You no longer see challenges as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and development. Your ability to handle adversity improves and your creativity is heightened. Mental growth also involves developing emotional intelligence. Understanding and managing your emotions are crucial components of personal development. When you grow mentally, you learn to take control of your thoughts and emotions rather than being controlled by them. You become more mindful of your reactions and responses, making you a more intentional, purposeful person. Emotional growth is one of the most overlooked areas of personal development. Too often, people focus on intellectual or physical growth while neglecting the emotional side. However, if you do not learn to manage your emotions, they will ultimately control you. Emotional intelligence is essential for building strong, healthy relationships, both with others and with yourself. It involves self-awareness, empathy, and the ability to regulate your emotions in healthy ways. When you invest in emotional growth, you develop resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks, disappointments, and struggles. You learn how to cope with life's inevitable challenges without allowing them to derail your purpose. Emotional growth also allows you to experience greater joy, peace, and fulfillment because you learn to navigate life's highs and lows with balance. Physical growth is the fourth pillar of personal growth, and it is vital to your overall well-being. Your body is the vehicle through which you live out your purpose. If you neglect your physical health, you will not have the energy or vitality to pursue your dreams and goals. Taking care of your body through exercise, proper nutrition, and rest is an investment that pays off in countless ways. Physical growth isn't just about looking good on the outside, it's about feeling good on the inside. When you feel healthy and strong, you are more confident, more motivated, and more capable of taking on challenges. Your physical health is directly tied to your mental and emotional states. When you are physically well, you will find it easier to maintain a positive mindset and emotional balance. In all areas of growth, consistency is key. Personal growth doesn't happen overnight, and it's not something you can achieve with a few bursts of effort. It requires daily commitment and discipline. You must be willing to take small steps every day, even when you don't see immediate results. This is the power of persistence. Often the most transformative results come after periods of struggle when you feel like you are getting nowhere. But it is in those moments that the seeds of change are being planted. The key is not to give up when things get difficult. Every moment spent investing in your growth is a step closer to the person you are meant to become. Another important aspect of investing in personal growth is the willingness to step outside your comfort zone. Growth requires discomfort because it stretches you beyond your current limitations. It's easy to stay in familiar territory, to do what feels safe and comfortable, but nothing grows in the comfort zone. True growth happens when you challenge yourself, when you take risks, and when you push past fear. Stepping outside your comfort zone is where breakthroughs occur. This doesn't mean recklessness, but it does mean having the courage to face the unknown and take action even when you don't have all the answers. Accountability is also an essential part of personal growth. It's easy to make excuses or let things slide when you don't have anyone to answer to. But when you surround yourself with people who hold you accountable, you increase your chances of success. Having a mentor, a coach, or a support group can help keep you on track and provide you with valuable feedback. These people can offer wisdom, encouragement, and a fresh perspective that can help you overcome obstacles and stay committed to your growth. Accountability helps to keep you disciplined and ensures that you stay focused on your goals. Investing in your growth also means giving yourself permission to fail. Too often, people avoid growth because they fear failure. But failure is not the end of the road, it is part of the process. Failure is an opportunity to learn and grow. Every failure brings with it valuable lessons that are essential for your development. When you fail, you are not defeated, you are being prepared for the next level of success. The most successful people are often those who have failed the most because they have learned from their failures and used those lessons to propel themselves forward. Ultimately, investing in your growth is about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about realizing that you were created with immense potential, and your purpose on this earth is to bring that potential to fruition. Every area of your life, your spiritual walk, your mental clarity, your emotional balance, and your physical health can be cultivated and nurtured. When you invest in personal growth, you are investing in the future version of yourself, the person you are destined to become. This is not a selfish pursuit, it is an act of stewardship. You are honoring the gift of life and the talents that have been entrusted to you. And when you focus on your own growth, you create a ripple effect that positively impacts those around you, inspiring others to invest in their own journeys of transformation. In this process, you realize that growth never truly ends. There is always another level to reach, another area of your life to improve, and another opportunity to expand your potential. The journey of personal growth is lifelong, but each step you take is worth it. The person you become through this process is someone who can contribute to the world in ways you never imagined. The investment you make in yourself today will pay off in ways you will see, feel, and experience for years to come. Letting go of the past is one of the most powerful decisions you can make to propel yourself into the future you were designed for. We all have a history, a story that has shaped us, and while it's essential to acknowledge where we've come from, it's equally important to understand that the past should never dictate the trajectory of our future. Too often, we carry burdens from our previous experiences, whether it's past mistakes, regrets, missed opportunities, or painful memories. These things can weigh us down and hinder our ability to move forward. The question then becomes, how do we release the past and free ourselves from its grip? First, we must recognize that the past is gone. It exists only in our memories and experiences. It cannot be changed or undone. The moment we accept that the past is behind us is the moment we open ourselves to new possibilities. Often we try to hold on to the past because we believe it defines us, that it shapes who we are in the present. But the truth is, your identity is not found in what has happened to you, but in who you choose to be today. The decisions you make in the present, the actions you take today, the thoughts you entertain right now, they are what define you. The past is merely a chapter in your story, not the whole book. Letting go of the past requires us to forgive ourselves and others. Forgiveness is not about condoning what has happened or excusing wrong behavior. It's about releasing the power that the past holds over us. Holding on to bitterness, anger, and regret only perpetuates negative energy in our lives, and it doesn't change the outcome of what has already taken place. When we choose to forgive, we are essentially saying that we will no longer allow the pain of the past to control our future. It is about taking back the power that was once given to those events and experiences and choosing to move forward with peace and grace. Forgiving yourself is just as important as forgiving others. Many people struggle with self-forgiveness because they feel guilty about past mistakes or decisions. But we must understand that everyone makes mistakes, and those mistakes do not define who we are. They are part of the human experience, and they serve as opportunities for growth. When you forgive yourself, you acknowledge that you are not perfect and that you are worthy of grace and mercy. This act of forgiveness allows you to break free from the chains of self-blame and guilt and step into a future where you are free to make new choices, learn new lessons, and embrace the possibilities ahead. Sometimes letting go of the past involves grieving. We may grieve the loss of a relationship, a job, an opportunity, or even a dream that never came to fruition. Grief is a natural and necessary part of the healing process, and it is important to give ourselves the space to mourn what has been lost. However, we must be careful not to get stuck in a perpetual state of grief. The goal is not to deny the pain, but to process it in a healthy way so that we can move forward. Allow yourself the time to feel what you need to feel, but don't allow the grief to hold you hostage. The beauty of life is that there is always the potential for new beginnings, and while we may not be able to erase the past, we can create a future that is filled with hope, purpose, and joy. Another critical element of letting go of the past is releasing the weight of unmet expectations. We often hold on to the past because we have expectations of how things should have turned out. We think about the what-ifs and the could-have-beens. But these thoughts only keep us trapped in a cycle of regret. We have to come to a place where we understand that not everything will unfold according to our plans, and that's okay. Life is not a straight line, and the detours and unexpected turns often lead to the most rewarding experiences. Trusting in the process and embracing the journey, even when it doesn't go according to our expectations, is key to moving forward. When we release our need for control and accept that some things are beyond our understanding, we open ourselves to the freedom of possibility. Purpose-driven success also requires faith. It is a deeply spiritual journey that calls for trust in something greater than yourself. There will be moments when you cannot see the full picture, when the road ahead seems unclear, or when the results of your labor are not immediately visible. But faith keeps you grounded in your purpose, knowing that even when things don't go as planned, there is a larger plan at work. Faith allows you to take bold steps, to trust in the process, and to believe that your purpose is unfolding exactly as it should. True success is a reflection of who you are becoming on the inside. It is not about the external accolades or the recognition you receive. It is about the inner peace, fulfillment, and joy that comes from knowing you are living your life in alignment with your purpose. When you focus on purpose-driven success, you stop seeking external validation and start seeking fulfillment from within. This inner success is what leads to external success that is sustainable and meaningful. Purpose-driven success is a lifelong journey. It requires patience, discipline, and a willingness to grow. It's not about achieving perfection, but about making progress each day. It's about staying committed to your path, even when the road gets tough, and believing in the power of purpose to guide you through every season of life. The beauty of purpose-driven success is that it aligns you with a deeper meaning, one that transcends your individual achievements and connects you to the greater good of the world. When you live with purpose, you contribute to a legacy that outlives you, leaving an impact for generations to come. And in the end, that is the truest form of success. One of the most important aspects of purpose-driven success is resilience. Life will inevitably present challenges, moments when it feels like you are not making progress or when your efforts are not being recognized. During these times, it's easy to become discouraged or to question your worth. But when you are driven by purpose, you understand that setbacks are not the end of the road. They are part of the process. Your ability to bounce back from failure, to learn from mistakes, and to keep moving forward despite obstacles is what will ultimately lead you to success. Purpose gives you the strength to persevere. Even when the journey feels difficult or uncertain, purpose-driven success also requires you to stay authentic to who you are. In a world where it's easy to conform to societal pressures or to chase after trends, staying true to yourself is one of the greatest challenges you will face. But authenticity is a key ingredient in fulfilling your purpose. You cannot live your life according to someone else's blueprint. The world needs your unique voice, perspective, and contribution. When you focus on your own path and trust in the process, you will find that your authentic self aligns perfectly with your purpose. Authenticity breeds confidence, and confidence is essential in fulfilling your calling. Another critical aspect of purpose-driven success is the ability to lead others. As you move closer to your own purpose, you will inevitably encounter others who are searching for meaning in their lives. The path you walk and the success you achieve will inspire those around you. Leadership is not just about holding a title or position, it is about influencing others positively and helping them to discover and pursue their own purpose. When you live purposefully, you naturally become a role model, showing others what is possible when they align with their own calling. True leadership is about empowering others to step into their own greatness.